Hello and welcome to a new era of the Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast. Immediately forgot it. That's a great start. Excellent. We're coming at you live.
Podcasts. You were going to say the name of another one, weren't you?
I was going to say Gridiron Gentlemen, yeah. We're coming at you live through the YouTubes. It's just the three of us tonight. It's me. It's Duncan. Duncan, how are you?
Hunky dory, Dan. Hunky dory.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good to see everyone. Hello.
Yeah. And we got Russ.
You can't see them.
No, that's true. Yeah, you can't see the many other people that are clearly watching this. Russ, how are you?
All right, thanks. I'm pretty sure we're live on YouTube. I don't really understand all this.
Well, we're recording it anyway, so if we're not, and people have missed this, you can listen to it on the podcast or watch us on YouTube as well.
Yeah, we will force you to.
Yes, that's how this works now.
Daniel, what are we doing tonight?
Well, we're doing my favourite podcast. We're doing the news.
News.
No news. It's weird doing that, knowing that one person might be watching you, other than you guys. I'll be honest. Right, where do we want to start? Should we start with some Cyberpunk news?
At the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Cyberpunk's been put back to November. Boo. Okay, that's really sad. But loads of games journalists have been talking about how they have watched 4 hours of Cyberpunk now, and they've had a lot to say about it. What's everyone read about it so far?
I've mainly watched YouTube.
Yeah, I don't really do reading, Dan. It's a bit difficult, but I watch pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I watched all the pretty pictures. Only one different type of genitalia for women, apparently. So that's been said. But varying different penis sizes, I think, for men, which is a bit sexist in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
actually hadn't come across that bit.
Customization options, but they are already significantly more developed than most other games.
True.
I think it was it Mario Land where you could customize his dong to a ridiculous degree? Was it one of the Wario games? I wasn't really a Nintendo.
It was Paper Mario, the one that's designed.
Paper Mario, that was it. Yeah. Do little origami shapes on the end of it.
The one that's specifically designed for kids. That's the one that had the different dong lengths. I seem to remember. People seem to really like this game. That's the overwhelming feeling. Like, I'm not that surprised because I'm very, very excited for it, and I could have done with it about a month ago when I actually had time to play it. But CD Projekt Red, they make great games. They do this. They take their time. I'm fine with it. Go make a great game that I'll play in January eventually.
It seems that most of the reviews I hadn't picked up. No one I had watched had commented about the dong size and the differences in the setup. Everyone seemed to be pretty pleased with the detail of how you can change your characters. The one of the comments was there were some glitches that obviously now Project Red can go back and change before the November release, which is really good. And it seemed to be mainly the customization when you change your whatever upgrades, and the menu control there seemed to be a bit glitchy at times. But everyone loves
it's still pre-release, isn't it? And games these days are being fiddled with until after the release date. Yeah. So it's not that surprising.
But it looks phenomenal. I mean,
it does look amazing.
It looks incredible. And Russ, exclusive ray tracing on PC. I'm just saying.
That's right for you with your RTX card, isn't it?
Yeah. So I might be getting it on PC instead because I'm that dickhead now.
You are.
No, I'm probably going to get it on Xbox. No one really cares how I'm going to play this game. But it's a step up from, obviously, The Witcher is a very insular story about one person. You're Geralt. You can change his hair, you can change his beard, and that's about it. Whereas this is just so customizable. Like the fact that I can choose to have a small penis, I think, kind of appeals to me.
Yeah, I do feel like the genitalia customization options are sort of dominating the headlines somewhat. I wonder
4 hours of gameplay.
How much impact they have on the actual gameplay.
Has it mainly been male reviewers that have focused on the genitalia customization?
I think everyone seems to be impressed. So the overwhelming feeling, I'm just reading about the actual gameplay. That was me stalling till I got to an article that I seem to like.
You can now read out verbatim.
Yes, exactly. No, not this time. So it seems that the side quests are key for this as well. So you'll go off, start doing a mission, and you'll pick up about 6 side quests. So that's a bit like The Witcher, where you go into the village determined to do one thing, and then you go to the notice board, click A, I think, of the Xbox, like several times, and before you know it, you've got another 6 missions. Two of
It's
which
a bit like Skyrim as well.
Yeah,
I've seen
Bunch of bloody
double
farmers
ball.
going, "Oh, help me, traveller! There are wolves attacking my chickens."
Yeah, exactly.
Sort out yourself, you lazy shit.
They
Which is
can't
why I'm still at level 2.
what, in Skyrim.
Yeah, because I know I don't help anybody.
That's not true though. You've played so much Skyrim.
No, I clearly made that up.
I know. How do people feel about the idea of playing a first-person open-world game like this, though?
I loved it. I thought it looked awesome. I had no issues. I like the fact that it's 3 different origin stories. I like the first person. I don't know. It just it never crossed my mind that it was going to be an issue.
No.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's been designed with that in mind, I can't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, the amount of customization that they're aiming for, it'd probably be quite difficult to create good character models that have all the options that you can possibly include on them.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Also,
I'm just.
it's no different from playing Skyrim, is it? Like, that's first person.
But you can go third person on Skyrim.
Yeah,
You
that's
can,
true.
you can do it if you want to see your character walking around like a little crab.
Yeah, they do walk funny, don't they? The one thing I always think about is how difficult GTA is in first person. But
it wasn't
very
designed to be first person.
yeah, exactly.
And there are like fundamental differences with how games put together. Things like the scale of things and the perspective of things it's all different.
The shooting dynamics as well.
Yeah,
but,
it's just difficult. It's fun.
It was like the attention to detail in Cyberpunk is phenomenal. Like the fact that there were just people everywhere. This is actually quoting from one of the online reviews I was watching, but they did make a point, and you're watching it and you go, oh yeah, and there's children and there's so much happening in the background, and it's a proper vibrant city. It's just I actually was getting more distracted by the background than I was watching. It was like, could you stop moving around? I just want to see stuff. Could you stop just doing the game?
And it sounds like it'd be one of those games where most of those people you can go up to and interact with in some way, and half of them will probably have some little go and fetch me 20 wolf nipples kind of side quest for you.
That's my kind of side.
Be interesting. It hasn't been much about how big the city is or how much you live, because there's been shots in the trailers where you're out in the countryside somewhere. So I don't know how
That's a nomad character you start.
that's sort of separate. Like, is it all seamless? Can you drive out of the city and into the sort of more wastelandy like areas? How big is the city? Because if it's like 4 streets, it's going to feel quite unsatisfying.
It's meant to be smaller than The Witcher, but more vertical. I had to do that.
Yeah, The Witcher is 98% grass, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's Witcher's mostly mud huts and the occasional like castle, but this is going to be skyscrapers and stuff that you could.
I've never been all that impressed with the whole like, oh, this map is 450 square kilometers or whatever. It's making a big map is not difficult, but making an interesting one is. Skyrim is not that big a map, but it is absolutely jam packed with stuff.
Yeah,
and it does make you feel
more than 30 seconds without coming across something interesting.
well. Usually, it's like a spider coming to get you.
No, there's things everywhere. You go, you do any quest, and by the time you actually get to where you're meant to start the quest, you've got another 10 little things have popped up on your map. And you're like, oh, just go back and clear out that cave and sort out that guy's issue with his whatevers and deliver that letter. And there was someone throwing fireballs at me from top of that castle.
I do have a serious issue of going into caves, wanting to clear them all out. And I'm expecting Cyberpunk 2077 to have the equivalent of fireball throwing castles and
fireball throwing castles.
I don't know.
No. That's what I'm looking for. Is those fireball throwing castles as well. So,
Dan, you're such a dick.
I think it's. I'm just excited. It looks like a tabletop RPG come to life. Like every different area feels different. What's Duncan waving? I've got to know.
What? I just thought.
You've seen it yourself, haven't you?
No, I haven't. Emma was looking at it, watching on YouTube, on the YouTubes, and I know this is recorded and going out live. And I'm just telling Emma, who is sitting over there saying, "Oh, I'm just saying Emma's watching on YouTube," but she's getting another mention. She's like famous to the other person that is watching this.
So it looks. We're getting back to Cyberpunk. It looks great.
So Cyberpunk 2077
looks like a tabletop RPG come to life. That's what I was saying. Different areas even. And you can customize so much in it in terms of like character and abilities, and it just looks like my kind of game. I'm very much looking forward to it.
The only other criticism someone had was because they played it only for 4 hours. They didn't come across Johnny Silverhands, so they're a bit worried about.
They're obviously holding that back, aren't they? They've got to keep something.
He's in the trailer, the new trailer though. Just like in his
exactly.
Like coming along, and I'm John Wick kind of way.
But so what is he meant to be like? Is he like some sort of ghost or AI or some sort of weird?
I think he's an AI that's in your brain. From what
AI in your brain.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Definitely. I appear to have frozen. Oh no, there we go. And so like,
Just need to let it go, Dan.
have you
Straight past that.
played Arkham Knight?
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like that. I don't want to give it away though, just in case you ever decide to play it, or anyone watching this.
Or like,
like 4 fucking years old.
spectral character popping up in your brain, telling you things nobody else can see it. That's a fairly,
It's been done.
Battlestar Galacta's got a lot of that going on.
Yeah, Farscape, that does that as well. We're just listing shit now. Right, let's move on. So
Next thing on the list.
Crash Bandicoot 4 has no microtransactions, developers are saying.
I cannot get over how little I care about Crash Bandicoot 4. Was Crash Bandicoot a big thing?
Yeah.
Is this something that people care about?
I think if you were probably 5-6 years younger than us, Russ, Crash Bandicoot was a big thing.
Is Crash Bandicoot what all the kids talk about and they don't talk
Isn't
about?
it a PlayStation game?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I played the first one on which PlayStation? Was
One,
it be the very first original PlayStation? Yeah, I played it on that.
PS1, yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah. It's an enjoyable game for people who didn't have Sonic and Mario. It's that simple, really.
Poor sods.
Yeah. But people are really excited about Crash Bandicoot 4, but there
People
was
who play Sonic and Mario games, yeah.
there was talk that there would be in-app purchases which came up on the Xbox online store, I think it was. But
Are the people who play Crash Bandicoot likely to own a Switch?
Probably.
So what's the point of bringing out another Crash Bandicoot?
Okay, I mean, this has gone from us talking about the microtransactions in Crash Bandicoot 4 to us just shitting on the Crash Bandicoot series.
Yeah, that is, I thought we were sort of broadly past invasive microtransactions for stuff that you feel like should be part of the core game experience. I thought they'd rinsed all they could out of that.
They've said there are none, so don't worry, Russ. So when you buy Crash Bandicoot 4...
So was this they were in there, people complained they took them out, or was it just a rumour that got started somewhere?
Well, they've said that they've never been in there, and as a show of good faith, if you order online, you can get some extra bonus thing, apparently. Seen some confusion about Crash Bandicoot 4. It's About Time. That's the name of the game. There are no microtransactions in the game. As a bonus, the totally tubular skins are included in the all digital versions of the game.
Have we now talked too much for too long about Crash Bandicoot 4?
So you know when like words stop having any kind of meaning, like
Yeah.
you just look at it and it just doesn't make any sense, to the point where you have to look it up to make sure that's how it's spelt. That is now Crash Bandicoot, because I've said the word Crash Bandicoot far too many times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some news for Nintendo fans. I'm not saying it's good news. They've formally apologized over the Joy-Con drift problem, which is a massive problem, to be fair.
Was that still a problem? Have they not fixed that?
Mine had it.
What's the Joy-Con drift?
It's
you
a place
talking
where you
about
go.
it.
It's in time. That time and space have no meaning.
Shut up.
It's so the Joy-Cons have a problem where they just start moving in a direction on their own.
So they talk to each other by Bluetooth, don't they?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of connectivity.
You get that on the 360 sometimes. So I used to get that occasionally on the
Not
where
like
you're not
this.
touching it and everything just starts moving.
Yeah,
You
I
see,
mean,
I remember on the N64, if you turned it on and you'd left the controller like upside down, it took the center position as wherever the stick was when you turned it on. So if the stick was moved and you switched the console on, it thought that was the middle, and you'd just be like spinning around or whatever.
Yes, it is a real problem. Like we had it on our Joy-Cons, and it just slowly moving around. It's really irritating, and then you just leave it, and then slowly moves around.
But it's just with the little fiddly ones. You don't
Yeah.
get it on the Pro controller.
Yeah, you don't get it on the Pro controller. So we used the Pro controller for a bit, and I just ordered some new Joy-Cons because trying to send them off in a pandemic seems too much effort.
So how are they fixing this? Can you post them off and get them
You can
back?
post them and they'll fix them, yeah.
Yeah.
And then send them back. I'm hoping the ones I ordered also don't have it. That would be a problem, though. Because then
I'm guessing they've fixed this at the hardware level. Otherwise, they just give you some. I don't know. Nintendo.
we are talking about Nintendo. You know that.
It gave you some ones with like a Hello Kitty one and a Pokemon one. Even if it's still broken, people would lap it up.
Yeah, that would do really well. Yeah, definitely. Like Animal Crossing's doing really well, although that is apparently quite good fun. So here's
Haven't
one of
you
those.
got Animal Crossing?
I do. Sarah's playing it a lot. And
All right.
Don't try and shift it. You've got Animal Crossing.
I bought it for myself,
I've seen
and I
you
just never ended up.
scuttling around in your little bakery or whatever it is you do.
You nailed it. I think she kicked me off the island now because I lived
What you did to those animals.
Yeah, they've got pretty strict rules.
What about what you do to animals?
Yes. Yeah.
You're just terrible. That's all.
I'm a horrible person, clearly. Even in Animal Crossing.
Did she? So she kicked you off?
Well, I think she has. I haven't been back to check, but I was living in a tent while she was building a metropolis, basically, on this island.
So
And there
you
was
were a
this
squatter?
there was this one little yellow tent.
Was this your island or her island?
Yeah, well, no, we restarted, so it would be her island because I'd done such a shit job, basically.
Well,
So she's done an amazing job, and I'm now squatting on her island. So, or not, maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll check tonight, and I'll let everyone know.
I built you a lovely little house or something, or maybe just a pit.
I did. I ended up building a house
Mhm.
because I had too much stuff for the tent.
A
I
tree
collected
house?
a load of stuff, so I built a house so I could put the stuff.
What
in
stuff
the
are you
house.
accumulating?
So many fish, Russ. So many fish. I'd go fishing a lot because I found that really therapeutic. But
Is this yet another Nintendo game with an elaborately implemented fishing micro game?
it's not quite as elaborate as the one on Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is really good. I need to get back into that game. That game is really, really good.
And the fishing is obviously excellent in it.
The fishing is on point, and that's why I was playing it in the first place. Yeah, definitely.
Can you imagine they have a whole team of people dedicated to fishing physics?
Well, I get the feeling they've nailed it, and they're like, we're going to use this in every.
Could
fucking
crowbar
game.
this into every single game that comes out.
There's probably just a table somewhere with mini games that work on Switch really well, and maybe it gets to the end and there's fishing is just like miles ahead of the other ones. So
Well, like whiteboarding their sort of story structure, and then just constantly someone slapping post-it notes going, "Shake it a bit." Does that work there?
do you remember the Wii when that was revolutionary? When you could play tennis and then realize that we weren't actually throwing it in any direction. You could just swing it at the right time.
You could just sit on your sofa and do it. But
The Wii
yeah,
is-
the Wii was excellent.
It's
I
a
love
great
the
console.
Wii.
Grands
Mhm.
love the Wii. That's the important thing. So
News.
Got a photo-
Next thing.
use
got a photo of my grand playing on the Wii.
cool.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. News.
Tenet or Tenet or whatever it's called, the new Christopher Nolan film has been delayed.
I like
Tenet.
Tenet. Let's call it that.
Tenet.
There's no accent, is there? So it's Tenet, isn't it?
I mean, is it in English or French?
It's in English, I think.
Well, I'm guessing it's
Tenet.
Tenet.
I know, but Tenet sounds better. And he mispronounced Ra's al Ghul. He went with Ra's al Ghul, and that just annoyed me. So whatever.
So, whoa, go back.
Tenet.
What?
Is it not Ra's al Ghul? It's
Ra's al Ghul, according to Denny O'Neil, the person that first wrote Ra's al Ghul, is Ra's al
okay.
Ghul.
However, with respect, if you write down a name like that in a word, it's pretty much up to whoever's reading it how you pronounce that.
Okay,
Very
well,
well.
let's just be glad that Elon Musk isn't naming comic characters, shall we? Tenet, yeah, it's been delayed. So this was going to be the first big film coming out
The
the
film
cinema.
was going to save cinema.
Yeah, my favorite thing is the meme from Denis Villeneuve film where they're communicating with
Dune.
aliens. Not Dune. Yeah, that hasn't been released yet. I haven't
Oh,
seen it.
Arrival.
Arrival, that's the one, yeah. And it's Amy Adams' character with the paper, and it just says, is it Christopher Nolan talking cinemas, and it just says Tenet ? That amused me no end.
So they're in a bit of a sticky situation, aren't they? None of the cinemas really want to open until they've got something interesting to show, but none of the films want to commit to a release date until they know the cinemas are open.
I tell you what I don't want to do. I don't want to go in a fucking cinema right now. That's what I don't want to do.
It doesn't. I mean, I go to the cinema rarely enough anyway, but it does not appeal. Sitting in an air-conditioned room with the air recycling, with some of the scum you get out there. Ugh. I can't honestly, in all seriousness, I can't see how they're going to do it safely unless you have like a fifth of the normal.
Did you not see the rules? You could wear a mask. That was one of them. It wasn't even you have to wear a mask. It was wear a mask. Don't sit next to people.
You would want, if you've got your seat, you would want the 6 seats surrounding it.
Yeah.
8 seats surrounding it to be unoccupied, really, wouldn't you?
I think you want porn theatre rules for that. Like, you don't want to sit near someone in a porn.
Don't want everyone going in and out at the same time. It doesn't feel like a sensible thing to be reopening just yet.
No, but a lot of things don't. But here we are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will. I've had this discussion with a few people. I will keep paying Cineworld money because I want them to be there when it's safe to go into a cinema. But at the same time, I'm
keep paying the money
because I've got a Cineworld pass.
Monthly bung.
No, I will. I'll keep paying it. Yeah, so it's been suspended until they can open it up again. So I'll keep paying my Cineworld pass.
You're not paying for that at the moment, though, surely.
No, they've suspended it for the time being. But when they open, people can obviously go to cinemas if you want to go and definitely catch COVID-19.
Yeah.
It's tonight we're sponsored by Cineworld. I don't feel
That would be
comfortable.
handy.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Well, not after we've just slated them. I just don't feel comfortable about going into a cinema right now anyway.
Of course not.
No. In other news, though, Bill and Ted's been put back as well. So that was going to be the first film I saw at the cinema. That was going to be the one I was like, I want to go see Bill and Ted 3. I'm quite excited about that. But it's been put back, which is good because who knows what will happen by then. Hopefully, it will be better. I don't know. We've got a new trailer for the Crysis Remastered game. So Crysis obviously being the famous benchmark game for PCs.
Was Crysis not sort of pre-remastered?
Crysis was really good.
Yes, Crysis was really good.
I've got it. It's wicked.
So have we now reached a point where everything can comfortably run Crysis? It's no longer a big deal if your PC can run Crysis.
So I read something about this the other day, and I get the feeling that I know someone that is actually watching this might know more than I do, because I've just got a message from someone, and he can correct me. From what I understand, it was the fact that it didn't use multiple cores that was the problem, in the sense that even when computers got better and better, it was still running on like one core, so it was still difficult to run.
Most games were largely single-threaded, though.
True. I don't know. I might be talking bollocks here. I'm probably talking bollocks. But it maintained the benchmark for a long time, didn't it? So,
yeah.
But yeah.
It was the one game that I had to play before I got an HDMI compatible TV. This is really, I suppose, not that exciting, but it was the main reason why I got an HDMI compatible TV, because I can actually play Crysis without one, because otherwise it just looks rubbish and you can't see anything. And then you put it in HDMI, you're like, oh, right, so now I can play it and not get killed all the time.
Did you get it for your nan on the Wii?
I don't think Crysis was really big on the Wii, was it?
No. Give it time.
So presumably this remastered version of Crysis, they will go out of their way to make it as overly demanding as possible, and nobody else will run it properly for 5 years.
Ryan McCaffrey on Xbox Unlocked had the great idea going, well, release it, have it like as like a launch title for the new consoles. So when you've got the whole does it run Crysis thing, it runs Crysis Remastered.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I don't know. Moving on. Donald Trump's official Twitch channel has been suspended.
Good.
He was doing so well on Animal Crossing though as well. So he's going to be really annoyed.
Yeah.
About this. What I dread to think what he puts on his official Twitch channel.
I'm guessing it's basically just a duplicate of YouTube, and like they just broadcast the same thing to everything. I'd imagine. It doesn't strike me as the sort of administration that has a dedicated like youth and gamers section of their press office who is putting out customized content on Twitch.
I would just imagine it would be like watching David Icke, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
I don't think it's not like him sat in front of his webcam having a rant. It would probably be a lot more popular.
Hello, Trumpers. Good to see you again. Right, we're back to
Trumpers.
Yeah. Hey guys, before we start with this evening's message, just a quick update from Casper Mattresses, who are sponsoring this stream.
I love the fact we're taking the piss out of streamers whilst, for the first time ourselves,
streaming. Yeah, but we're not sponsored by Casper Mattresses or anyone, in fact.
Unless they want to.
No, I mean, feel free. They look nice.
It'd be quite nice to be. I quite enjoy these guys, so they Camden Town Brewery could sponsor us.
Can up to the camera, and you could not see what it was. But
no, I couldn't see what it was.
There you
It
go.
says Camden Town Brewery.
Shoehorning you back on track.
Yes, thank you.
There's been quite a bit of this. So his Twitch account has been suspended, hasn't it? I think his YouTube. He's either had a bunch of stuff taken off YouTube or that's been cancelled. There's that. It's not an official thing, but that big subreddit has been deleted, but it had been put in quarantine, as they call it before. So it was largely sort of inactive. And basically, pretty much all of the social media organizations are starting to remotely do what they should do and clamp down on this stuff a bit more, apart from Facebook, who are still holding out in the desperate, we're not a publisher, honest. We don't have responsibility for anything we do.
Have you seen that big campaign, though, against advertising on Facebook? It is.
Yeah, I mean, well, after that, it was like 3.5 hours after Unilever pulled out. And Unilever are one of the biggest advertisers, I think maybe the biggest advertiser in the world, because they're so consumer brand focused. It was like 3.5 hours later, Zuckerberg was live on his Facebook page talking about changes, but they don't go remotely far enough.
He lost 6 billion in an hour, 7 billion in an hour personally, and Facebook lost $56 billion from Unilever pulling out.
It's a shame, but it is the only thing that seems to like it. The idea of just being morally right or doing the right thing has long since passed with Facebook. They come out with all this stuff about free speech and not wanting to be biased, but they created Breitbart as a reliable news source, haven't they? So it's pretty obvious that they're chasing the advertising dollar.
But I mean, it was never a moral high ground place in the first place, because Zuckerberg isn't. He's that even from when he stole the idea anyway.
And it was originally set up to rape girls in his college, wasn't it? That was the original point of it.
It was basically Hot or Not.
Yeah, which I'm assuming has died a death. Like, I hope it has, because look back at it, that's pretty shit.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's not there anymore.
No. Anyway,
so roulette's still going. Anyway, sorry, go back on.
So if you're tuning in to watch Trump play Destiny tonight, then you're shit out of luck, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
he's gone. IGN put an article about Xbox downplay mysterious Fable and Perfect Dark social accounts. So apparently some weird stuff's been going on the Fable and the Perfect Dark social accounts.
demonic messages, or
no,
just
in the
weird?
fact that they've been set up with a placeholder basically, so at Fable and at Perfect Dark Game, which for me is a surefire bet that we're about to see a new Perfect Dark and a new Fable, considering Microsoft's been ramping up Halo as well.
Maybe.
Mm.
Like, a lot of companies do this stuff just to protect their IP. So they go around registering domain names and social media handles and things like that. But yeah, I mean, if they weren't registered before and they've sort of popped up now, I mean, it wouldn't be a big surprise, would it? A new Fable game or a new Perfect Dark game. It'd be nice to get a good Perfect Dark game again.
Yeah, well, that's the rumor for what the initiative is working on is the new Perfect Dark. So, but I mean, it's the closest you're going to get to a new GoldenEye, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but I mean, do you really want a new GoldenEye? You couldn't really do it, could you? You couldn't have GoldenEye 2.
You kind of would want just a new Bond game.
But I don't think you would.
I mean, we've had so many shit Bond games, though.
But you would want one that's good, like GoldenEye was.
I just want good games.
GoldenEye was such like a flash in the pan, and it was so. Like, I mean, it is still fun to go back and play, but a lot of what made it so good was that you'd never had anything like that before. Like the split screen multiplayer working so well was just completely different to anything that had ever happened before.
True, very true.
You know, like, if you did a remastered one, it would. I don't think it'd actually be all that much fun to play these days.
No, I agree. Who here watched The Boys? No,
I haven't watched it yet.
I've read some of the comics.
Oh well, okay. So season 2 is going to be on Amazon Prime in September. We've got a new poster.
Oh, cool.
It looks excellent. The first season was amazing, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's very quick news, I think. I don't think there's anything to talk about. Watch The Boys.
Yours.
There you go. I think you'd really like it.
Yours.
Sea of Thieves is taking a step forward in providing friends-only servers. Thank God, because I am terrible at Sea of Thieves. That being said, the last time I played Sea of Thieves, and I haven't played it since, I blew up my friend's boat. So completely accidentally, because I'm an idiot. So
you can tell we're quite bad at this. I'm just actually looking at the chat window for the first time because I'm very inattentive. And when we were talking about GoldenEye, Paul Edge put Slapper's only one-hit kill, which was obviously the best mode, except he spelt it Slippers only, which would have been better.
That's what it'd be now. He'd be pretty old. So
one hit kill, but with like a dusty carpet slipper that you were just flashing odd job round head with.
There we go.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul. Just going to start waving at people individually. There we go.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's got to be easy to do at the moment.
Slippers only. Yeah. So you wander around with a slipper. That would work. I was going to say something fun.
Wearing slippers? That wouldn't be as good though.
But imagine the stealth.
Yeah. Slippers and like dressing gowns only.
Yeah.
I mean, I go outside. I've even driven in my slippers. They're really comfy slippers.
I think that's time out on the slippers chat.
Okay. Sorry.
It was a little side observation, which I feel has got drastically out of hand.
But what was Dan saying before we were going back to slippers?
Oh, I blew up my friend's boat in Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves is so much fun, but I am terrible.
It is, but now I'm a bit shy to go back there because they were in the middle of like finishing this really long run of missions, and they handed me a crate of gunpowder, and I accidentally set it alight. I just pressed the wrong button and then panicked. Basically,
and what people really need, they don't need a friends only server. They just need a server that doesn't have you in it.
Basically, yeah.
I know that when I managed to get a boat wedged in a really impossible dock, and my crew left me, and then eventually I figured out how to get, because you can't reverse one of the boats, and because I was stuck right in the shore, I figured, if I use the harpoon gun, I can pull myself out. So I pulled myself out. The next person who came along eventually started modifying the boat, so it wasn't actually my ship anymore. I basically lost my ship to someone who joined my crew. He said, "We're doing this mission." I was like, "All right."
I love that you wedged the boat in, and everyone else just went, "Oh no, fuck this, we're off."
Hang on, lads, I got this.
I kept on going.
Wave me in.
Yeah, I couldn't help but think, oh, this is the Austin Powers scene where the trying to do the 3-point turn in the corridor.
You ready for some news that's not news? We'll try and get through this one quite quickly.
Yours?
What's news that's not news?
Game optimized for Xbox Series X will include ray tracing, higher frame rates, and faster loading.
Do you feel like an idiot now building
In
a PC?
what way is that news? We knew all those things.
Yeah, I know exactly. I don't understand why they're
Pretty sure even if we hadn't been told them, we could have guessed them. Next generation of console is a bit better than the current one.
every current graphics card has ray tracing. Everyone's concerned about frame rates, and also Sony released a thing talking about how quickly their games load up. So
everyone's very concerned about frame rates, even though most people's tellies can't show any more than 60.
Yeah, like you not many like 50-inch. Not many people have a 50-inch TV that's like 140 hertz, do they? So,
like, I don't fully understand all this stuff, but if like your screen is telling you that you're getting 240 FPS or whatever,
yeah,
if you're looking at it on a 60 hertz telly, it doesn't look any better, does it, or any smoother?
No,
you're still seeing 60 pictures per second.
Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't got a monitor at the moment, so that's why I'm like running everything like best graphics ever rather than like frame rate. So everything looks great. It's just blocky. So
yeah,
it's not really that bad. But yeah, so Xbox Series X is going to be quite good apparently. There you go. That's some news. What else?
That thing about the like the potential new like cut down version of it? You see that?
So they're going
not
to
the Scorpio edition. There's going to be the what are they calling it? The
Series S this
edition or something.
Yeah. So it was originally Lockhart was the
Lockhart. That's it. Longhorn sounds better.
Longhorn does sound better. So it was going to be Scarlett and Lockhart. So the Scarlett became the Series X, and Lockhart's become the Series S. So Series S is going to be stripped down.
So they called it. Didn't they call the current one the Anaconda? And there's an Anaconda etched on the circuit board of the motherboard.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Mm.
They've
so it looks like there might be a sort of budget version of the new Xbox, which is less memory, slower processor. Because I think they've done something like they've released a mode for the dev kit where you can switch it into that mode to check the games work in it.
They are essentially just PCs, aren't they now? Like really?
Yeah, they have been for a while.
Yeah. Good news for you and me, Duncan. Critical Role is returning this Thursday.
I'm working my way steadily through it. I'm on episode 4 of the second series, having not watched the first series.
I haven't listened to the first series. I am desperately catching up. I am on episode 98, I think. Hang on.
Oh, blimmin' heck, you're only one episode away then from Cam.
Yeah, I'm basically partway through the high stakes, high seas.
I would love to watch the first series, but I would be dead.
Sorry, 99. I'm episode 99.
But that's the latest episode. So
how are you getting through them? 4 fucking hours each. How are you getting through them so quickly?
I'm not. It's taken me.
He's been watching it for a while, to be fair.
Yeah, and I've slowed up, but I used to do quite a bit of longer drives and a long drive.
Yeah, that's what you need a commute, don't you?
Yeah, that's the key. So
and delivering pizzas gives me a chance. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I know that I know it's a bit more serious chat, but what was the issue? Because there's been some issue with Critical Role.
I'm not getting into that. We are going to do an episode at some point on the various victims that have come out of abuse in the games industry, and we might tie that in with it. But it's so confusing. I wouldn't know where to start. Basically,
yeah. I don't know why Critical Role seemed to be doing something, and I don't really understand it. But that's why I was actually asking the question, because it is kind of Critical Role news related. But yeah, I'm really excited that they're coming back because I love it so much.
Me too. I'm a big fan. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever much question of them coming back. It's so insanely popular. It's just when they could do it. It wouldn't work if they weren't all together.
No. So how they're going to do it? It's not going to be live. It's going to be pre-recorded. They're going to be in little booths by themselves, basically. They're still going to be in the same room, but it's going to be like the new office rules, the little like booths recording it. And yeah, because it's not live means they can get away with a bit more.
Yeah.
All I know is I love never piss off a really high level wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was just some Awesome shit. Clerics and wizards.
Yeah,
Very
Caleb's
handy.
pretty awesome.
Caleb is pretty
We
awesome.
should do a Critical Role episode at some point. We haven't done that yet.
Especially
Well,
as
if it's
we're now all
about
playing
stuff in the
D&D.
first 4 episodes, I'm your man.
We could do that. Yeah. Moving on. PlayStation 4, PlayStation Plus. They've announced their games that are coming with gold, and I've got them written down somewhere. So give me a second. We have. Come on. There we go.
Russ, do you have a PlayStation?
Not since the PS2.
I haven't
Okay,
got
so,
a PlayStation.
NBA 2K20 for starters. We've got Rise of the Tomb Raider and Erica. They're giving away 3 games this month. Rise of the Tomb Raider is quite a good one. It's a great game.
Cool.
So that's quite exciting. And then Xbox games with gold. We have, it's not quite as exciting, Saints Row 2, which is fun. WRC
Saints
8.
Row 2 was a good one.
Yeah.
That's
Saints Row
the
3 is
RC.
Xbox. Yeah, 8.
Oh.
I can't believe there's been that many WRC games, but there we go. Dunk Lords, an Xbox 360 platformer, Juju. I don't know much about most of those, but I know Saints Row 2 is really good fun, so definitely go and play that if you get a chance.
I've still got to finish Street of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage 4.
Mm.
How are you going with that?
I haven't played it for a while. That's why I've still got to finish it.
There's no shame in doing it on the lowest difficulty settings.
There you go.
I
No,
think
there's
I do.
never any shame in doing that. If that's how you enjoy games, then that's how you enjoy games. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, it is fucking challenging if you put it on
think
even
I've
just like
got
the
it on
normal sort
normal.
of 3 lives level of difficulty. It's really hard to get through a level.
Some great games going on Game Pass as well. So on Xbox One, we've got The Messenger, which looks quite good. Observation, which you were talking about last week, Russ.
Yeah, that's a cracking game.
Yeah, it's on both Xbox One and PC. I thought it was just on Xbox One, but that's coming to both. And Streets of Rogue. Fight, sneak, and hack your way through a randomly generated city. It's like Nuclear Throne meets Deus Ex mixed with the anarchy of GTA. Roguelite meets immersive sim and goes completely insane. So there's that.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
News.
News. Boys season
News,
2. Dr. Disrespect's been banned from Twitch and no one knows why. So that's getting people angry apparently.
Well, I mean, bear in mind some of the things that he's done in the past. I'm going to say good.
Yep, true.
Who is Dr. Disrespect?
He's a complete.
He's a Twitch streamer. He's a bit of a bellend, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So, Princess Bride at Home remake to star Joe Jonas, Sophie Turner, and Tiffany Haddish. It's apparently like while everyone's on lockdown, they're remaking Princess Bride, kind of like using, I'm guessing, just footage of themselves at home.
I mean, this stuff was very good for maybe the first 2 weeks of lockdown.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need any more Zoom-based reenactments of classic TV shows and films.
No, and if
I
you want
agree.
a Zoom-based series, just watch Staged because it's fantastic.
I do need to watch that.
We watched the Eurovision Fire Saga, the Will Ferrell thing.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to watch that. It does look quite good.
Dan Stevens just consumes everything. He is just amazing in it.
It's
Is it
got
good?
very solidly middling reviews, but I think it could actually be quite a good laugh.
Solidly middling. 7
Yeah,
out of
it's
10.
It's a middle 7
It's
out.
a sort of 2-3 star maximum.
I'll have to give it a watch. Right, more news. There is apparently a very good Gambit fan film. This is news entirely directed at myself. That's gone up, including.
They found that old camcorder of yours then.
Yeah, it's a bit like. Do you remember the lightsaber? kid?
You running
Yeah.
around picking cards that unsuspecting passers-by.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
And
Someone
then
came
holding a
back-
model of Wolverine going, boom.
yeah. Fuck off, Wolverine, you're shit. Yeah, that kind of thing. That's exactly what it is. Fans have remade Shazam because they said it was too silly. So they've taken apparently all the fun bits out of it. The fan cut will feature
Wait,
a new...
sorry, hang on. What? People have remade the film Shazam?
Yeah, they've recut it, sorry. Using the
Recut it?
footage. Yeah.
Entitled little pricks.
Yeah, so apparently...
Also, I thought Shazam was actually So I watched it with sort of just an expectation from the trailer and things like that. But I thought it was actually quite impactful and hard hitting in a lot of places. His relationship with his mother and things like that. It's hardly laugh a minute all the way through.
No, I just thought it was a really good film as well. Like I really enjoyed Shazam, like more than I ever thought I would.
Yeah. Is there some whingy fanboys for some reason?
They got their Snyder cut, and now they're coming for everything. It feels like. So it's going to a new score, fresh new color palette. Sorry, remove humor, quippy one-liners. So all that's gone. The fun bits, darker tone, post-credit scene which links to Suicide Squad. Added scenes which weren't.
Why would you want to link to Suicide Squad?
I don't know.
No.
Added scenes
like
which.
Doing a cutscene and credit of someone's foot about to step into dog shit.
Maybe that's it.
Sorry.
Maybe it's how the Joker goes from being one of the most effective movie villains to being one of the shittest. Maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know. Added scenes which weren't present in the theatrical cut. A true Man of Steel cameo. And additional VFX. The Man of Steel cameo in Shazam is one of my favourite bits in any DC film. But there we go. People are dicks.
What a pointless exercise those people have spent many, many hours on.
Yeah.
It does feel like
I hope
situation
that
where you should.
It gets taken down by DC about 5 minutes before they're due to premiere it.
Yep, I hope that as well.
Or Warner Brothers, or whoever owns the.
More non-news. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series is going to be different from The Mandalorian, apparently.
What do you mean it's going to be? Of course, it's going to be fucking different. Yeah, we're just actually going to release The Mandalorian. We've changed the title to Kenobi, but it's exactly the same 8 episodes.
It's the same film. Yeah.
It's exactly the same. Changed nothing.
It's just looking out for a baby Skywalker. It's like Mark Hamill's head.
I admittedly had this down because I thought maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi might do
some studio executive going, how are we going to get Baby Yoda is shifting mad plushies? How are we going to get Baby Yoda into this?
Yeah, they'll Baby Luke. Yeah, that's not cute.
You can't have Baby Luke in it.
No.
How could it have Baby Luke in it?
I don't know.
That was episode 3.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's going to be set just after that, though, isn't it?
Well, it can be set 20 years after that, isn't it? So.
Yes.
How long ago did that come out?
Too recently. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. So Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be a different film than The Mandalorian. Apparently, that's news. And apparently, The Mandalorian will have hints as to how Palpatine still exists in that universe.
No.
Do you know why I've included this? This I've only seen it like linked once. It might not even be real, but it does give us a chance to bitch about the rise of Skywalker.
No, they're not allowed to use the only current good Star Wars thing to explain the shitness that is. We all know why Palpatine was in the third one. It's because Snoke got killed in the second one, and they couldn't think of anyone else to be the baddie.
Basically,
because they didn't have the fucking balls to make Adam Driver the baddie.
If this. Do it, you cowards. If this,
I'm wearing a jumper now. I'm just like you guys. Hey, it's all nice being a good guy, isn't it? Don't worry about the thousands of people I killed. I've had an epiphany.
I've got a smart little polo neck. I'm Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. It's another example of, if you want to explain this, why not put it in the fucking film? Why not just put it in the actual film itself? We're getting to the rise of Skywalker. I wanted to have a little moan, but now I'm genuinely angry.
No, it's just one little snippet of a rumor. It's probably just put out there by some dickhead who loved Rise of Skywalker more than.
I just wanted to get it out on a new service on YouTube, because we haven't got much on YouTube, that I don't like the Rise of Skywalker. So if there's another opportunity for me to say that, and another opportunity for a set of ears that might eventually go, no, Dan's right, it is shit, then I'm fine with that. So that's the only reason I included this, really, because the Rise of Skywalker, and I'm going to make sure I'm looking in the camera, I've got myself covered. The Rise of Skywalker is fucking shit.
Yeah, there you go. And Alex
So
is
why
saying, Rise of Skywalker ticked off my TMTOH bingo sheet.
Hey!
If we just talk about
Drink.
Resident Evil 4 next, that's probably going to be
Oh,
out, isn't it?
funnily enough, news about Resident Evil 4. There's no news about Resident Evil 4, but it was a great game and I enjoyed it. Okay. MCU fans are growing anxious about a lack of anything. Any news?
Have they not seen what's happening to fucking cinema in general? There's no
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, but
What?
there's going to be the WandaVision.
Yeah, but they
Is
still
there?
have to have people make them, which they can't do at the moment. Nothing's getting made. No
That's
TV,
true.
no films.
We watched the
Well,
Lion
it's not
King.
an MCU problem. It's a industry-wide thing, isn't it?
WandaVision can't. So WandaVision's going to link into Multiverse of Madness, right?
Yeah, that's the other. Even if it's in the can and finished, or I suppose if they're done principal photography, you could do VFX stuff. But
Mm.
they're going to carefully time all this stuff to work well, aren't they? They want people to watch the last episode of that the day before they go and see the film.
Exactly.
So it all has to mesh together.
Because the problem they've had with Falcon and Winter Soldier is that they can't travel across the world to finish the film, finish the TV series. So
It's all going to be pushed back.
and
Of
also
course,
that no doubt links in with Black Widow as well, I'd imagine.
Which of course just got interrupted.
Exactly. So you can't just.
That must have been so nearly finished.
Mm.
They
I
can't
think
still.
Marvel have just gone though. I think Black Widow was finished, but they just had nowhere to put it. If that makes any sense, they wanted to release the cinema, and there wasn't that opportunity. See, Marvel are just thinking though, fuck it,
Well,
you're
you
off.
know what they're doing. There's like a rhythm to these, isn't there? There's a sort of they release the next one just after the fuss about the last one is dying down. If they release Black Widow sort of on its own,
Yeah.
and this is a film that they've already had a lot of criticism about for being way too late to realise that they could actually do a female-led movie and people would actually still go and see it. If they stick it out as a sort of on its own, no related material popping up on Disney Plus, and everyone's still shit scared of going to the cinema, it'll sink out of sight, do really bad box office. Wouldn't be good at all.
No, exactly. It makes sense. Like Marvel can afford to have a year off, can't they?
They could afford to have a century off.
Yeah.
They've got all the money.
Yeah, and people will, whatever happens, people will go see these films when they come back out. So
Yeah,
And also, they've certainly got all the money because Disney Plus was launched just as lockdown was happening. So people definitely took
timed that
sales
right,
into
didn't
that.
they? If they delayed that 6 months or something.
Russ, are you blaming COVID-19 on Disney?
I am. I think it's the most
Unbelievable.
It's the most logical conspiracy theory.
Yeah. To sit
They
and go to
cultivated
watch-
it in the cryo vault that's got Walt Disney's head in it.
specifically for the UK as well, to get people to watch The Mandalorian week by week. Yeah, it's very crafty, but
I mean, damn them for doing it because I didn't enjoy the Mandalorian. Of course, everyone loves the Mandalorian.
I was about to say, Duncan,
Joking.
we were about to fall out. So yeah, that's some news, I suppose. I think I'm all newsed out now. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? Anything I've missed?
I just
I
need
feel
to
like
know
there's
what else.
something big that I've missed.
Have we missed anything off a bingo sheet? Does anyone need us to say anything else?
What is?
Mentioned dongs. we
Nobody's
mentioned
ever
Missy-
needed us to say anything else.
No, I feel like I missed something big. That's all. The Epic Game Store continue to have new game releases for free, which is fun. So I like the Epic Game Store. So if we
There
could,
was an interesting trailer, but I can't remember what it was for. So that's really helpful.
Great story, great
That's
chat.
it.
I was about to go and look it up, but
okay, no, but yeah, that's really cool.
we should probably
I've got one more bit of news.
steer this puppy home.
yeah, go on then.
Michael Keaton's going to be playing Batman in the DC universe again. That was the other bit I wanted to talk about. I mean, that's cool.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But I mean, isn't he just a bit old?
Have you seen him though? I think he's in his
yeah.
60s. He still looks like 34. He'll be
I
fine.
know he's still buff as anything.
Yeah. He'll be fine. I think he's meant to be playing like an older Batman from another timeline. I think anyway, universe.
Is that because
whatever.
he might have been the best Batman?
He might have been the best Batman. Maybe we'll do that. We haven't done that. Maybe
I
we'll
mean,
do. Yeah.
Has
Who's
anything
the best Batman?
surpassed?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll rank the Batmans.
Bestest
Has anything
Batman.
surpassed
Yeah.
that
And the worstest
first Batman
Batman.
film?
Who's the worstest Batman?
Clooney. Like Clooney just turned up.
Is the worst. Clooney would say Clooney was the worstest Batman.
Turned up from the set of From Dusk Till Dawn, wearing pretty much the same clothes, threw a cowl on, and went, "Razzle dazzle, I'm Batman." Like that's pretty much it.
I think there were probably a few more people involved in wardrobe than just George, sort yourself out. Whatever you fancy wearing.
Like they obviously saw From Dusk Till Dawn and goes, you know what he looks good in? Roll necks and long coats. So let's just have Bruce Wayne just swan around in that the whole time. Yeah, I think Clooney's. I don't think there's any fault.
I still haven't seen that film. I do need to watch it at some point.
Have you not?
I've never seen that one. No.
Well, like if you're celebrating Joel Schumacher's life, R.I.P., that probably wouldn't be top of the list, to be fair. But Lost Boys would. So
Indeed.
Watch Lost Boys. I think that's it though. So I think we're going to wrap this up now. Thanks for watching / listening. We're going to try this again at some point. I think probably the next pod, hopefully.
It is mandatory.
Yeah, with
next
Tom
pod.
involved. Maybe.
Ooh.
If you have any questions, if you like or dislike what we've done, if you have any advice, we'll listen to it. So just hit us up. Not any advice. Some advice, maybe. Hit us up on Instagram, which is at TNTOH, or Twitter, which is at TNTOH as well. Thank
What about
you for
Facebook?
Yeah, we're on Facebook as well, at TNTOH, funnily enough. So there's a theme. Thank you for listening / watching to the new era of Too Much Time on Our Hands.
Ugh.
You don't like that, no? We won't do that again.
It feels very like we're committing to improvement, which I really want to stress we're absolutely not.
No. No, we
Yeah,
just
I know.
realised
There's nothing to improve.
we just realised that we film ourselves, so we might as well, thanks for listening / watching. Thank you, Russ. Goodbye.
Oh, yeah, that's me, isn't it? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's you. Thank you, Duncan.
You're very welcome, Dan. Nighty night.
You don't normally say thank you. You normally say goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Au revoir. Ciao, babes. Ciao, babes.
Well, fuck you guys then. Goodbye, Russ.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Duncan.
Ciao, babes.
Ciao. And with that, cue the music.